Hello, sorry it's been a little while since I posted a video, but I want to start this video by sharing that I'm not an expert. I'm a human just like you who's learning and reading her Bible. Um, I make mistakes just like you. I'm imperfect, but every single day I strive to be better, and I know I cannot be better by myself. I need God. I need His guidance, His wisdom, His word, because life is hard, life is challenging. Challenges come every single day, and the good news is that God teaches us how to live life, how to overcome challenges, because we're not alone. God is with us. So on the last video, I talked about Ezekiel 8, the idolatry in the temple. I just want to say sorry. I kept saying there's 3 things that God didn't like, but there's more. There's 4. So just quickly going over that, God doesn't like, the first one was that God doesn't like the idol of jealousy. He said, but you will see things that are even more detestable. And then he said, he asked Ezekiel, now go to this place and look. And he said, and I saw portraits all over the walls, all kinds of crawling things and unclean animals and all idols of Israel. So I went to the internet, I searched up what are unclean animals, and uncrawling things can be like spiders or animals that are crawling. So God considers this unclean. So yes, God created all animals, but animals that are crawling and some animals that are considered unclean are not meant to be idolized and not be kept in a secret, or they were not meant to be these idols. So just God doesn't like that. And then God says again, he said, you will see doing things that are even more detestable. So then Ezekiel saw a woman sitting there mourning the god of Tammuz. So I went to Google, I searched up the god of Tammuz. You will see, I welcome you to do this and get familiar with this image. And God doesn't like that. And then God says, you will see the Son of Man. You see the Son of Man, you will see things that are even more detestable. So then again, he took Ezekiel, and Ezekiel saw a 25 men bowing down to the Son of the East. The Son of the East, again, we're not supposed to be bowing down to other things, animals, other images, the sun or the moon. God, that's part of God's creation, but they're not God. So God causes things detestable. So I want to move on to judgment on the idolaters. So in Ezekiel 9, judgment came. And you read that judgment came, and God was very mad. And God, he commanded and said, go through the city of Jerusalem and put a mark on the forehead of those who grieve and lament all over detestable things. So God is basically saying, I'm going to get rid of them. I'm going to destroy them because it's not good. So then as I listened, in Ezekiel 9:5, as I listened, he said to others, follow him through the city and kill without showing any pity and compassion. So God, he causes this idolatry detestable. So he's getting rid of it. He's like, clean it, get it out, kill it. So Ezekiel had to go through that. And I really encourage you to read read the Bible by yourself if you can, and read it, because you will learn so much about God's character. Ezekiel's in the Old Testament, so this is where I am, and I just want to share because life is short and every day counts. So I just want to share because this is so good for me, but it's also really good for you. I know it'd be really good for you. So as God is cleaning that the detestable things, you can also see how Ezekiel is feeling worried. He says, well, they were killing and I was left alone. So he's feeling alone, like, oh my God, they're killing everyone. I feel alone. I fell face down crying out, Allah, sovereign Lord, are you going to destroy the entire remnant of Israel in this outpouring of your wrath on Jerusalem? He's questioning God. He's like, oh my Lord, God, everyone's getting killed. Are you going to kill them all? So it's so good to see this and read it. We're human, we worry, like, Lord, like, you can see Ezekiel being worried, but you can also see God's character and how God responds to that. So it is good to question God, why? Or question him, like, are you going to kill everyone? So this is what Ezekiel's doing, and then God is mad, and he responds and say, and he's responding. The Lord responds and says, I will not look at them with pity or spare them, but I will bring down on their own heads what they have done. I'm not sure if you know the fear of the Lord, but me reading this brings me fear. Like, it really saying God will look at them with so I will not look at them with pity or spare them, but I will bring down on their own heads what they have done. This is God saying that, and this reveals God's character. Like, God doesn't like that. He really doesn't like that. So when I read this, I'm like, oh my Lord, like, okay, like, I'm not gonna do this. It really encourages me, and I really get to learn how his character. In Ezekiel 10, we see it's about God's glory departs from the temple. God's glory departing from the temple. In this chapter, you will read about a little bit about, God reveals himself to Ezekiel, and it describes him a little bit. God didn't reveal himself to a lot of people, so if you want to learn more how Ezekiel's describing him, you can read it here. But God basically departs from the temple. And in Ezekiel 10:18 says, then the glory of the Lord departed from the threshold of the temple and stopped above the cherubim. So he departs. He's like, departing means leaving, so God leaves. And then in Ezekiel 11, God's sure judgment on Jerusalem. God is judging Jerusalem. So he describes them as son of man. In Ezekiel 11:2, the Lord said to me, son of man, these are the men who are plotting evil and giving wicked advice in the city. So here again, God is like telling him, these are wicked people, and they're plotting evil, giving wicked advice. Someone who's plotting evil is someone who's planning something evil. And wicked advice is also part of a plan, right? When someone speaks badly about something, it's because they don't have good intentions, and they don't have good intentions because they're already thinking it, they're gonna act it. So we just have to be be careful of who we surround ourselves with. So this is why it's not a good place to be in. And then in Ezekiel 3 11:3, the people were saying, they say, haven't our house been recently rebuilt? This city is a pot, and we are the meat in it. Therefore prophesy against them. Prophesy, son of man. This is God saying to Ezekiel, prophesy against them. That's not right. God says in Ezekiel 11:11, this city will not be a pot for you, nor will you be the meat in it. God is saying, they're wrong. I didn't build the earth or the city so you can be the pot, and you be the meat in it. That's not why he brought you here to earth. He didn't bring you to be meat and be thrown into a pot. That was never his intentions. So he's telling, God is saying, communicate to them, tell them they're wrong. This is not Jerusalem is not built for that. So it says, this city will not be a pot for you, nor will you be the meat in it. I will execute judgment on you at the borders of Israel. So, God is saying, no, I love my people. You're not supposed to be killing them. They're not the meat. And God doesn't like that. He calls that detestable. In Ezekiel 11:13, we can also see, now as I was prophesying, Pelagian son of Benia died. Then I fell face down and cried out in a loud voice, Allah, sovereign Lord, will you completely destroy the remnant of Israel? So this is the second time Ezekiel asks him, are you really going to destroy completely, like everything? So it's so good. Like, Ezekiel's worried. He knows what they did was wrong, but he's also worried. And he's human. So it's so good. Like, a lot of times we question ourselves, like with our emotions, and think we're crazy. But if we take our emotions to God, he hears us. He hears our prayers, and he will answer us. So God is merciful. God is good. If you continue reading in Ezekiel 11, the promise of Israel's return, God is so good that he said he's giving them a chance, and he's saying, although I sent them far away from the nations and scattered them among the countries, yet for a little while I have been sanctuary for them in the countries where they have gone. Therefore say, this is what the sovereign Lord says, I will gather you from the nations and bring you back from the countries where you have been scattered, and I will give you back the land of Israel again. So, he's saying, I will give you your land back. So I've been with you this whole time. You have never been alone. If you continue reading, it says, they will return to it and remove all its vile images and detestable idols. I will give them undivided heart and put a new spirit in them. I will remove from them their hearts of stone and give them a heart of flesh. God is so good. See, God is telling you, God tells us, if you remove all your vows and detestable idols, I will give you an undivided heart, and put a new spirit in it. God doesn't want your heart to be divided into the bad and divided into the good. He wants you to be, no, don't doubt him, that he's not there for you. And put a new spirit in them. I will remove from them their heart of stone and give them a heart of flesh. That is so good. God is so good. How many times, or how many people that we know that have a heart of stone? People that are a little bit or a lot, people that are hard, who have hearts of stone. We know that. We all know someone who has a heart of stone. But God says, he will give you a new heart. If you ask, he will give it to you. He'll reconstruct your heart. And if you feel like your heart has grown cold, you just tell him, my Lord, my heart has been cold, and he will give you a new heart of flesh. It's so good. And if you continue reading, it says, then they will follow my decrees and be careful to keep my laws. So God is saying they will be careful to keep my laws. It's like getting a red ticket or a ticket in the freeway, or a ticket in a red light. It's like, once you get a ticket, it's like you don't want to go through courthouse again or go through the process again. So you're careful, right? You're careful the way you drive, avoiding to get a ticket again. So that's what kind of reminds me of that. Then they will follow my decrees and be careful to keep my laws. Just like any law, right? Like getting a ticket. You will be careful of not getting a ticket again. They will be my people and I will be their God.